and the All Indiana Podcast Network. This is the News 8 Daily 8 Podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update.
Hello, I'm Jeremy Jenkins, and this is your News 8 Daily 8 Podcast for Wednesday, March 19th. We begin on the northeast side, where police are still working to figure out what led up to a deadly motorcycle crash. It happened just after 5 yesterday afternoon near the intersection of 32nd and North Keystone Avenue. Investigators say a UPS truck was also involved. The motorcyclist was pronounced dead on scene. IMPD also says the UPS driver stayed on scene and is cooperating with police. Now to a story that iTeam8 is following. A mom is facing several charges after prosecutors say she attacked a student on a Warren Township school bus. News 8's Cody Fisher reports.
Just before 9 a.m. on March 6th, the Warren Township school bus stopped here at the corner of 35th and Richard Avenue to pick up students. Court documents say that's when Latia Hintz got on the bus to confront another student that she claimed was bullying her son. That's when a fight broke out. A mom of a student on the bus posted this video of what happened to social media. From this angle, we can't tell which one is Latia Hintz. Marion County Prosecutor Ryan Mears explained what Hintz is accused of doing.
Got on that bus, a place they were not supposed to be, and physically attacked another child.
Court documents show that Hintz was joined by her 17-year-old daughter and son during the attack. The boy, taking all of the punches, ended up with a broken nose and an eye injury. Mears said it all stemmed from something that happened on the bus the day before. The kid with the broken nose claims Hintz's son had been making racist jokes towards him.
We understand that kids are going to have disagreements and they're going to have disputes, but that's why we have adults to try to work through those issues and work through those problems. That's why you have teachers. That's why you have principals to try to help those kids kind of figure out life and work through some of the challenges they face. And resorting to violence is not going to solve those problems, and oftentimes it makes things 20 times worse.
Marion County Prosecutor Ryan Mears tells me his office will be filing more charges for other people involved in this fight in the coming days. Reporting on the east side, for iTeam8, I'm Cody Fisher for Wish TV. WishTV.com, and follow us on Facebook for updates.
Reconstruction is underway at the Helping Veterans and Families Manchester apartments. You may recall the fire last October displaced 48 veterans, many of them once homeless. Firefighters deemed the building a total loss. Now, HVAF is rebuilding the north corridor of the apartments. The space will include 23 transitional housing beds. There are also plans to expand housing units as well as the organization's food and clothing pantries. HVAF says they hope the North Corridor beds will open in May or June. More than 63,000 pages of unredacted records on the assassination of John F. Kennedy are now public. The documents were released Tuesday under an order from President Trump. The National Archives says this release includes all records previously withheld for classification. About 2,200 files were posted online Tuesday. Just last month, the FBI said it had uncovered about 2,400 new records related to the assassination. A federal judge has blocked President Trump's executive order banning transgender people from serving in the military. The order was set to take effect later this month, but the federal judge ruled it likely violates the rights of transgender service members. She also said the Trump administration has not provided a reason for the ban or a way to enforce it. For now, the judge is putting her ruling on hold until Friday morning to give the White House time to appeal the decision. Another Trump administration order has been blocked by a federal judge. That happened yesterday. A Maryland judge ruled that the dismantling of the U.S. Agency for International Development likely violates the Constitution. He also indefinitely blocked DOGE from making further cuts to the agency. The order requires the Trump administration to restore email and computer access to U.S. aid employees, including those put on administrative leave. President Trump has said he plans to appeal the ruling. Let's talk sports. IU has a new head coach for men's basketball, Darren DeVries. He is taking over from Mike Woodson, who announced back in February that he would not be returning next season. ESPN reports DeVries signed a 6-year deal with the Hoosiers. He spent the last season as West Virginia's head coach, leading the Mountaineers to a 19-13 record. The team missed out on this year's NCAA tournament. DeVries released a statement last night saying, in part, "This is unquestionably one of the top jobs in America. As someone who grew up in the Midwest loving the game of basketball, I've always admired the IU basketball program for its championship-level success, tradition, and fan support. Well, when it comes to the weather, Storm Track 8 says today is a weather alert day. Meteorologist Tara Hastings has your News 8 Daily 8 forecast.
We're going to be watching big area of low pressure. So the line of thunderstorms will develop in eastern Illinois, move across the state. And as they do, could be on the stronger side here. All severe weather modes are in play. I think the greatest risk of a tornado is going to be in Illinois and extreme western sections of Indiana, but we can't rule it out here in central Indiana. Timing 4 p.m. through about midnight tonight. And ahead of that, the winds are going to be really cranking here between 11 and 8 p.m. We're going to be talking about wind gusts maybe exceeding over 40 to 45 miles per hour. So that's why we do have that wind advisory in place. If you have our Storm Track 8 weather app, you got alerted to this yesterday. If you don't have our Storm Track 8 weather app, it is a great tool. It will alert you when a wind advisory is in place, also watches and warnings as well. So we have this wind advisory in place basically for the entire state. Winds today will be gusting anywhere from 30 to 35 miles per hour before that wind advisory, and then heading into the afternoon and evening, 40, maybe 45 miles per hour. Best chance of seeing those thunderstorms move through between about 4 o'clock and midnight here. And I think about 7, 8 o'clock, that's the time here in the metro area where we'll see that line push through. The winds right now sustained at about 9 miles per hour, 55 degrees in Indianapolis. Currently upper 50s just off to the west of us across parts of Hendricks County. Today we'll get into the 60s this afternoon. Under a mostly cloudy sky, best chance of seeing some of those showers and thunderstorms again after about 5 o'clock. We'll hit a high today of 65 degrees. Now it turns much colder for your Thursday, and we may even see some snow showers. We'll detail all of that out coming up in my full forecast.
To get a peek at Tara's full forecast, just head over to wishtv.com, or you can download the Wish TV Storm Track 8 app. And don't forget to check out our Storm Track 8 weather blogs. This has been your News 8 Daily 8 podcast for Wednesday, March 19th. I'm Jeremy Jenkins for Wish TV, wishtv.com, or follow us on Facebook for updates.
This is the News 8 Daily 8 podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update on demand. For even more, on demand and on the go, connect with Wish TV on Facebook at wishtv.com and on the free Wish TV mobile app. Thank you for listening, and be sure to like, subscribe, and follow this podcast for updates every weekday morning on the All Indiana Podcast Network and wherever you get your podcast.